Hello, good morning and welcome MRI 2021 cohort. My name is Josh and I want to first congratulate you on being accepted to the MRI program at SUI. There are a couple reasons why I wanted to become an MRI technologist. Firstly, I was born into the day and age of technology. Secondly, my mom is a nurse and her whole entire family side is a nurse. And I just love seeing how, she helps people in the medical field, changing their lives, helping them out. And then combining those two, technology and the medical field, has brought more interest in me going into the radiology field. So a little more into it, I took a photography class back in high school where you take photos, you develop the film, everything black and white, and that jump-started my imaging interest. And so in high school, I looked up the medical field and what I can do with imaging, and I found that MRI technology was one of the reasons that I chose it. And also, before ruling out MRI, I wanted to research on the different imaging modalities like CT, X-ray, radiation therapy, and I've seen that they use some form of radiation, which is ionizing and can be harmful in the long term. And then I've noticed that MRI doesn't use radiation because it's non-ionizing, and that's more beneficial in the long term. Where I'm currently at in my educational program is I finished the didactic portion of it, and I just been placed in a clinical site. I'm about 2 months in. I started in December 15. It's about 160 miles a day, Monday through Friday. It's from Lodi to Marysville, and it's quite a long drive, but I really love going there, learning new things every day, learning how to scan, working with patients in different situations. So the things I did to be on top of my classes were just try to do all the homeworks that was scheduled and finish them early as possible so that I can have more time to study and read the chapters. So when it comes for the tests, I would be best prepared for them. And that way I don't have to cram everything right before the test, so I'm not too stressed out. So one of the biggest obstacles that I had during the didactic portion was not having enough sleep. Because sometimes I would study so much late at night, and the next day I'd be too tired, for lectures and doing homework, and eventually that spiraled into hard days during the test where I would blank out and forget because I was so tired. And so after that, I just needed to make sure I get good enough sleep so that I'm well rested, so my brain is functioning. Before starting online classes, I wish I knew that everything was going to be based solely online over Zoom. I thought that we were going to be able to come in with face masks, social distance, being safe. But at that time, we didn't know what was going to happen, so everything was just going to be online. But eventually, it turned out okay. Actually, it turned out well because it's pretty much the same if you were learning it there at the campus, but just at your home, And you could pretty much learn MRI through online school, and that was great because we could figure that it could be taught online. So here are a couple of advices I would suggest starting out as a new MRI student is to come every day to class, because every single day there's going to be new information to learn, and if you miss a day, it's going to be very hard to go back and try to piece everything together from the day you miss and the new stuff you learned, and you're just going to be falling behind. So I suggest that you just come every single day on time in the morning. My second advice would be to reread the chapter more than once, because when you first read it, it's not going to make sense because there's so much material in each sentence within the chapters. And when you go back and reread it again, it's going to start making a lot more sense, especially during the anatomy portion of it, where there's a whole bunch of names, and then you gotta match it with the diagrams and all that. And especially in the physics portion, where it's not going to make a total sense whatsoever. And that's when you have to really start reading it over and over and over until you start understanding, hey, okay, so that's what it does, that's how it works. And lastly, make sure to take a lot of notes, because during the lectures, there's going to be a whole lot of information every single minute, and you're not going to remember every single thing. So taking notes is going to be one of the biggest factors in helping you succeed in your tests, and keeping the memory of the material long term. And so with that, I wanted to thank you for having me on here so I can share some of my experiences that I've been through within my MRI program, and that you could take some advices from it and best prepare you for your journey in this program as well. I want to wish you good luck on your endeavors and make the best of it. Once again, I'm Josh. Take care and be safe.